Bitcoin just had the highest weekly close since May of 2022. This is absolutely huge, and if you are not yet paying attention to Bitcoin and crypto, you need to start doing it now, because the best way and the easiest way to make money with crypto is to get involved and buy low, hold and sell high. Most people do the opposite, okay? Most people do not get involved with crypto. They sold all their crypto in the bear market when there was fear and panic, and they only start getting interested once Bitcoin starts getting back to the all-time highs. When Bitcoin is back to 50, 60, 70,000, it's all over TV, it's all over the media, but by that time, it's already gone up so much, and most people that are waiting to only get involved by then you still have to start learning, you have to start figuring out what do you buy, and by that time, things are up so much already that the risk reward has completely changed. By that time, the downside risk has become a lot higher. The upside has become a lot less. So when you hear these stories of people making 30, 40, 50x, 100x in crypto bull markets, it's because they got in early, right? The higher that the markets go, the longer that you wait, the less chance you have of being able to make those upside multiples. So please, pay attention to the crypto markets. By the way, if you are not yet following me, subscribe to my channel, my page down below. Smash the like button if you do enjoy this content. And if you want to learn more from me, the best place that I can offer you my guidance and mentorship is in my VIP program. I have a Discord group. There's more than 2,000 people in there. And myself personally, I'm sharing my charts, my updates, my market research on a daily basis. Also, my real-time trade ideas I share inside Discord. And I've got a whole members area with all sorts of courses, training, a crypto beginners course, a trading course. So if you want access to all of that, click the link in the description down below. All right, so looking at the weekly chart over here, this is on Bitstamp. You can see Bitcoin is at 34,500. We just had a weekly close, and look how big that green candle is. That signifies strength. So yes, you see a lot of people still being bearish on Bitcoin. They don't know what's happening. They don't believe it, right? And there's actually a phase in the market cycle literally called disbelief. This is a phase where the market has been going down so much and every rally has been sold and every rally dropped more, which we've been seeing throughout the bear market. And at some point that changes. At some point, the bear market is finally done. We've gone through an accumulation phase and we finally break through and we go higher than most people expect. And because they've been conditioned for so long, for a year or 2 years of bear market and bearish price action, they simply don't believe it. But the price doesn't pull back. It just keeps going and it keeps going. And eventually, of course, people are going to have to make the decision after being sidelined for so long, after not getting involved, to have to FOMO buy in or miss it even going higher. And when this happens in a certain stage of the bull market, that is when enough participants jump in that the price just keeps going higher and higher and higher. It doesn't really give you the chance to get in at an optimal time. Now, of course, there will be pullbacks along the way. I don't know if that's going to happen now. Sure, we could pull back a few $1,000s. But as you can see here on the chart, we are above both the 200 and the 50 moving average. And that is simply the most bullish situation that you can be in. This happened in previous bull markets when the price is above both those MAs. We got the whole 2017 bull market. We got the whole 2020 and 2021 bull market. And we are right now above it again. So the strategy is very simple. If you're looking at very simple conditions, as long as the price is above both those 50 and 200 weekly moving averages, then the trend is bullish and we are looking for higher. This is invalidated when we get a new weekly close below the 200. So that is currently about 28.5. As long as the price is above 28,500 US dollars, the trajectory is up, the trend is up. Next targets are, in my opinion, here, this high. It also has confluence if you put a Fibonacci golden pocket on there, about 48 to 53,000. If we can flip that, then the next target beyond that becomes the previous all-time high, in my opinion. Now, is this going to happen? Nobody knows for sure, okay? But we do have a whole lot of bullish factors lining up. As you probably know, we have a potential Bitcoin ETF that Bloomberg analysts are saying 90% approval. This could happen within the next few weeks or the next few months. Then we have the Bitcoin halving, which is happening in April, which has historically kicked off all previous bull markets. Then add in the fact that we've gone through basically 2 years of bear market and bearish price action, which gives time for a massive drop in price that's already been washed out. All the crap has been washed out. All the BS, or a lot of it anyway, has been washed out. A lot of participants have left the market. It gave time for accumulation, for build-up, and that potentially sets us up for another major rise in prices with Bitcoin across the board. So one of the important things that you need to know about crypto, if you don't know this already, is that while Bitcoin is the leader, it's the biggest one, it's the original one, the one that is most well known, what tends to happen is Bitcoin moves first. But then there are tens of thousands of other altcoins, and that is where the real opportunity lies. Because Bitcoin, as you can see, is currently at 34,000. If Bitcoin does a 5x, that is already an insane multiple. Imagine it goes to like $160,000. That is insane. But that is only a 5x. So if Bitcoin does a 5x, that huge amount of money that goes into the markets, people are going to take profits, and that is going to flow into these other altcoins because the market cap is much lower and the upside potential is much higher. So if Bitcoin does a 5x, you can be pretty certain that there are going to be altcoins that do 20x, 30x, 50x, maybe even 100x, because the market cap of Bitcoin is so large and there are so many of these smaller coins with a tiny market cap. So if a fraction of the profits from Bitcoin flow into these other altcoins, especially the lower cap ones, they can go very, very quickly and do massive multiples. And this is what we saw in the previous bull markets in 2021 and in 2017. That is where the real money is to be made, because that is where, if you put $1,000 into Bitcoin and you do a 5x, that's nice, but it only turns into $5,000. And while that can pay some extra bills, it's not going to really change your life, right? But if you get a 50x and you put $1,000 into that, the risk to that is still the same $1,000. So if you lose it, okay, you lose $1,000. Sucks, but not the end of the world. But if you get a 50x and you make 50K, that is pretty life-changing to most people. So again, that is why it's important to understand how these crypto markets work, how we look at the previous bull markets for guidance on what is going to happen or what is likely to happen anyways. If Bitcoin goes up a lot, at some point that money is going to flow from Bitcoin into the other altcoins. Also keep in mind that as Bitcoin rises in price, it becomes more and more unaffordable for the majority of people. So once we get back into that bull market phase and it's all over the media and retail investors are starting to become aware of, hey, we need to pay attention to crypto again. They see Bitcoin at like 50, 60, 70,000. They can't afford that. So they're going to be like, okay, well, Bitcoin's already moved. Ethereum's already moved. Let me start looking at cheaper coins. And then we start looking at the lower market cap and the lower price coins that don't cost $50,000 per coin, but that cost, 2 cents per coin or 10 cents per coin, because you can get more coins for your money, right? That's basically how people think throughout these bull market cycles. And that's where the altcoins really come into play. Now, what you need to understand is that most altcoins are still way down from their bull market peaks from the last cycle. Many altcoins are still down 70, 80, 90%. And while there is no guarantee that they are ever going to get back to their previous all-time highs, that doesn't always happen. Okay, just because a coin went up massively last bull market doesn't mean it's going to do the same again. But if you do your research and if you position yourself well in coins and you follow the narratives, then there is potential for that. And altcoins are still low right now. Once those start moving, it becomes a lot harder to identify which coin should we buy, because everything is already up 10x or 15x or 20x. And then, like I've explained, the risk reward becomes a lot different. So now is the time to pay attention to crypto. That's why I keep making this content. That's why I keep repeating myself. If you want help and guidance, join my VIP membership. The link is in the description down below. You can get access to a lot more training and updates, and you can ask me questions. You can get support as much as you want. It's really the best place to be if you want to learn about crypto and set yourself up for success in this next bull market. So which altcoins do you buy? Well, you can go through the list and look at the charts. I always love to look at the charts because in my opinion, they lead the way. So just look at random charts here and see how low things are. For example, Bitcoin Cash, it's been around for many years. Look at it, it is still incredibly low. Look where it was last bull market, $1,600. Before then, it went as high as $4,000 when it initially launched. Now, I don't know if it'll ever get back there, but it's probably going to take this high in the next cycle. That's probably the easy target. And over here, fair value gap, somewhere between $800 and $1,000 is probably likely. That's a nice 4x already, right, on Bitcoin Cash. But there are obviously a lot of different coins. And like I said, no guarantees that they will ever come back. But look at this, for example, Blocktopia, right? 1,620, obviously 2 zeros in front of it. But look where it went last time. Okay, that's insane. That's 100x if it goes back to those highs. Now, will it? Who knows? But there are going to be new coins also, and that is the key. Not every coin from the last bull market is going to survive or thrive because there's a lot of people who bought the peak, the hype is over, maybe the team is dead, the project is dead. And can this pump? Yeah, maybe sure. Maybe it does a 10 or 20 or 30x. Maybe it goes back to the all-time highs. Who knows? But I'm just saying, look at the opportunity and the period in time that we are currently in as I'm making this. When people see this and they only get involved towards the very top, look at the upside potential. There's basically nothing, yet there's like 99% downside when you get involved at the wrong time towards the end. That is why it is so important to get involved early. Look at this, CRO, it's the token for crypto.com. Look where we are, look where it was. It was almost $1, it is still at 6 cents. And could this still take several months? Could it still go lower? What if it drops another 50%? Sure, it can drop from 6 cents to 3 cents. Sure, and it can hang around here for a few more months. But look at this. What if it goes back to 50 cents or 75 cents? Look at that, right? Potentially a 10x or a 15x on this over the coming, say, 12 to 18 months, maybe even sooner than that. Look at this, DXY token, right? Currently at 0.007. Look where it went. It went to 18 cents. Okay, that's almost a 25x if it ever gets back there. What if it just goes to here? That is a 10x already. It takes out these highs. Look at this. Here we have Dogecoin. Okay, it's back at 7 cents. The high was 73 cents. Will it ever go back there? Maybe it goes even higher this time. Doge has been around forever. It is a favorite meme coin. Who knows? Maybe it will. Maybe it goes past the previous all-time high, and maybe it goes past $1. I'm just showing you all these different charts. You can go through them on TradingView if you have a TradingView account over here. Look at all these charts and look where we are now versus where we are in the previous cycle. And if the cycle is going to repeat, I've shared that already. We have the potential Bitcoin ETF or multiple. We have the halving. We have 2 years of bear market behind us. Everything is potentially here lining up for another major bull market cycle. And in my opinion, I don't know, this might be the last one. If we get another big cycle like this, I'm not confident at all that we will get another big one after this in the same fashion. Regulation is going to come. The world economy is pretty nuts. So if we do get this in the next 12 months or 18 months, you know, I'm treating it as like the last cycle and take advantage of it as best as we can. Imagine you just get one shot at this. This is it. And if you play your cards right, the potential gains can be life-changing, literally. Look at this. IMX was $8.50. It is currently 68 cents. Man, there's so many coins here. Jewel is probably dead, this project. But if it ever does revive, $45. It is currently 11 cents. Now, like I said, this project is probably dead. So be sure to do your research into all of these coins, by the way. I'm just showing you the charts here with no particular agenda or order or anything like that. Here's another one of those coins that launched in previous cycle. It went to $500 and like almost $540. Look where it is now. It's at $4. If that ever goes back, it is over 100x, right? But even if it does a 10 or a 20x in the next bull market cycle, and these are examples of coins that, you know, people are fearful about because, well, it might seem like a dead project. Maybe it is a dead project, but the market caps are so low. So if the coin survives, right, as long as it stays listed, then during the next bull market cycle, even though the coin might be dead, the team might be dead, the project might be dead, right? Or just barely hanging in there with no real promise of any future success. If we get this money flow into crypto, in my opinion, these fundamentals don't matter at all. And we just see people speculating on it because there's money to be made. If the market caps are so low, it takes very little money to flow into that to start the pump. Once it starts pumping, it naturally attracts more attention from bots, from alerts, from other people wanting to jump on the bandwagon. And then as it continues going higher, you start to see influencers making YouTube videos about it, sharing it to their groups and their lists. And then before you know it, you know the coin has gone up massively again based on nothing but money flow and charts, and not necessarily on the tech or the team or any innovative kind of stuff that they've created. But this is, if you are in this purely to make money and to want to get gains from these markets, that is, in my opinion, a way how you need to think about this. And you don't need to be worried about, you know, what are the fundamentals, what are the team. It is mostly about the money flow. Are we in a bull market in Bitcoin? Are we in a bull market in crypto? Is that money continuing to flow in? Is there bullish narratives? And as that happens, then you have the potential to just ride the wave. And that's why I say charts are so important. Learning how to read charts, technical analysis can help you so much, because it's basically kind of like a cheat code, and knowing like what is happening with these markets, when is something going to go up, and when is it kind of looking like there are technical warning signs to be able to get out of the markets in general. You can even look at some of these old coins, NEO, all the way back from 2017. 2017, I think. Look, initially it went to $200, and look what happened. It dropped all the way back down in the bear market. Then it had another run to $150 in the previous cycle, and now we're right back there again at $9. Who knows where it'll go, but can it do a 10x next cycle based on what's happening here? If we get one more cycle, sure. I mean, that looks reasonable, right? Even if it makes a lower high every time, somewhere around over here, $90, $100, $120. Who knows? Maybe it will do that. Here's another coin that had a massive pump, Raven coin. Again, older coin. It's been around for ages. Has a massive pump in the bull market and then drops all the way back down. Who knows? Maybe it can do that again. 10x, 15x, 20x. So there's all these different coins. But the point is the timing matters so much. Because once we get back during that bull market euphoria, everyone is going to be there. The influencers, the YouTubers, the people who never did crypto and all of a sudden become crypto experts, they're all going to be there making videos. Oh, this is the next coin. This is the next 100x, the next 1000x. You know, all this stuff gets ridiculous during the bull market. I've seen it through the past 2 cycles. I'm pretty sure it happens again once we get that euphoria. But at that point, you know, once things have pumped this much, there's all that euphoria, and sure, there will still be new coins launching, and there will be coins that do a 30 or 50 or 100x. I mean, look at Solana in the previous cycle. It launched pretty late into the cycle and still did a crazy multiple. So yes, we will probably see things like that again. But in general, the time to pay attention is now when these coins are so low, because that's simply the best time in terms of risk reward. You can get in, you know, the downside, assuming the coin doesn't go to zero. You know, how much can it drop? Sure, it can still drop 50, 60, 70% from here. But when it goes up, the upside during a bull market is so massive. It's just, in my opinion, really the best time to get involved. And it becomes a lot harder. And again, I've been doing this for many years, so I know exactly, like, people are not interested in the bear market. No matter how many videos I make, no matter how many times I say, you know, this is the time to buy, and people are like, nah, I'll wait. And then the bull market comes in right towards the very peak, right towards the very top. Everyone is like, how do I get involved with crypto? How do I get started? Which coins do I buy? Right? And you're like, well, you know, I told you this like a year ago or 6 months ago, and you're only paying attention now. It makes it so much harder to get results. Now, the good thing is that we also know after these 2 cycles that if we get another major bull market cycle and we get towards that very top, we also know that there is huge amounts of money to be made by shorting the markets on the way down in the next bear market. So I'm going to try and play this as best as possible this next cycle, both to the upside and to the downside. And I want to share that with as many people as I can. My guidance, my insights, we try and ride it up as best as we can, spot and maybe leverage trades also. And on the way down, we try and short that and short the altcoins, because there is actually just as much, if not more, to be made shorting this on the way down after the next cycle than there is on the way up. So if we play our cards right, you get involved, you learn, you pay attention, and you study, you manage risk, you're part of a group, part of a community that can help you with this, then there is massive opportunity, in my opinion, over the next, say, 1 to 2 to 3 years, both to the upside and to the downside. So if you want to join us for the ride, you want to join my community, again, the link is in the description down below. Risk-free for 60 days. If you want your money back within 60 days, you can do that. Simply email support. And otherwise, you have access to everything, all my training, my ongoing updates, my trade ideas, my daily market insights in our Discord group, and the ability to ask me questions personally in Discord and interact with the rest of the community. There's more than 2,000 members in there currently. So make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.